Welcome to the Built to Scale series Outside Marketing, bringing you quick, actionable episodes to help move your business forward. Here's your host, Craig Severinson.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of Outside Marketing, the show where we ask the question, how do you grow a thriving business without sacrificing your personal life? Today, we're talking about abundance. How do you feel more abundance as an entrepreneur? And how do you tap into that and stay into that feeling? And as always, if you're enjoying this, check out builttoscalehq.com. That's where the big podcast is, Built to Scale, as well as other resources in Eden, how you can work with me to implement systems in your business to grow as big as you want to be. All right, so today, abundance, right? This is on my mind because I actually had an interview yesterday for the Built to Scale podcast with a guy that's coming up. Man, the interview was just fantastic. And one of the topics we got on was abundance. And we had a lot of shared views on this topic, but he helped me connect the dots between financial abundance and non-financial abundance, which I had always known, but I wanted to share these insights with you because it just hit me in a different way. So stay tuned for that episode with David Feldman on the Built to Scale podcast. It's going to be live on May 17th, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's May 17th. And it is a fantastic interview. We go through a lot of really cool stuff. But let's talk about first financial abundance, because abundance is really connected to alignment in your business, especially when you're a solo pro. When you are not solo, when you've got a team and you're out of alignment, your business will still, depending on how big you are, your business will still suffer a little bit, but likely your team will continue the actions needed to keep the business going. But when you're a solo pro, if you're not in alignment, lots of times the business will crumble around you. And I mean, even with like really big companies, if the CEO is not in alignment with what they're selling, what they're doing, the business suffers from it, right? So there's a really big reason to get in alignment with your business. And what do we mean by that? We mean that you feel good about what you're selling and what you're doing and how you're showing up in the marketplace, right? And really, what does that come down to? Honesty. Are you being honest with your clients? Are you being honest with yourself? And are you speaking that truth, right? Because if you're not speaking your truth and you're not being honest, you won't be in alignment. You're trying to hide something, right? Now, this is really true with abundance, because if you're not in alignment with what you're selling, you drag your feet on sales and you don't make sales. You struggle to make sales. And it might be that your offer, your core offer, the way you're showing up is not in alignment with what you want to do. And let me give you an example. There was a time in my business where I was overloaded with clients, right? I was 100% packed. I would wake up in the morning and it was client work and business work until the evening. Every free moment was working. It was 100% hustle culture, right? Soon, client turnover happened after a little while, and I started to get some breathing room. And at first, it felt really good, right? Because I went from like working all the time because I was overloaded with clients to, oh my goodness, now I can breathe. Now I can spend time with my family. And it felt really good. Well, attrition kept happening until suddenly the business is suffering, but I still didn't want to sell. Why didn't I want to sell? Because I didn't want to put myself back in that position of being overworked. And so subconsciously, I was self-sabotaging. I wasn't selling. I wasn't doing the stuff that I knew would lead to a sale. Now, when you're left to your own devices, as in you don't address the problem, you do the stupid stuff that I did, right? Where you self-sabotage and you don't make sales and your business suffers. But if you actually look at it and you get in alignment, you see that there's other solutions to that problem. What are the other solutions? You hire a team. You revamp your offer so that it's not as labor intensive, right? You cut the fluff and focus on the most impactful things. There's other ways to sell a product that makes you more money, working with better clients while also doing less work. But because I didn't address it, how does my body protect me? How does my mind protect me? It self sabotages and says, don't do this because it leads to a path that you don't want to be on, right? So alignment and financial abundance, very, very connected. That's number one. Number two is create a financial management system, right? This is one of the core 6 systems that I teach in my Built to Scale framework. It's a financial management system. And why do you want this in your business? Well, number one, it tells your money where to go. If you want to experience instant abundance, as in a feeling of, man, I have money to do what I need to do to grow this business, man, I have enough resources. I have the stuff to invest in my business and invest in the things that will grow my business. Have a financial management system. Tell your money where to go, what the priorities are, and instantly you will feel that financial abundance. That's one reason why you want a financial management system. Number two is that you want a process for making financial decisions. How many of us, raise your hand, I'm guilty of this too, make a financial decision based on how we're feeling? Oh, I really want to work with that coach. Let me drop $10,000. Oh, I really want that tool. It's going to change the world. Let me drop $5,000. Oh, I really want this. Let me drop the money. I really want that. Let me drop the money. Well, what if you had a set criteria of how you made these decisions and what your priorities are, and it interacted with your yearly goals? Those decisions would not be made on a whim, right? Then it would be, oh, I really want to work with that coach. Does it fit into my goals? Will it help me reach my ROI? Does my financial management system have the bandwidth to work with that coach? And if the answer is no, then we can start asking questions like, okay, when will the timing be right? Or is it completely just a no-go, right? Oh, I really want that tool. Is there ROI? Does it fit into my goals? Does my financial management system allow for it? Now suddenly there's questions and a method beyond just the emotional for making these decisions. And let me tell you that when you start making decisions from that point of view, your business expenses become investments versus expenses, right? And when you make it emotionally, it's a gamble, it's a risk, right? Is this going to be the right thing? Throw the dice. Maybe, maybe not. Did you get lucky? Right? So a financial management system will help you have the financial decisions, the method for making those decisions. It's really, really important. Okay, so let's switch gears 100%. Say, okay, so we talked about the financial management system. We talked about alignment in abundance. Now let's talk about non-financial abundance, which I am super passionate about. Why did I start my business in the first place? I hope that you have a similar reason, but the reason I did it was because I was sitting in my office. Let's put air quotes around that office, because because it was a closet. It was an oversized closet, no windows. It was depressing, but it was my office, and I was the boss. I had a team. I had all that stuff. Um, but I was sitting in my office, and it was about a week after my son was born, my second child, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, my wife's at home with my newborn, and I'm in an office pretending to be busy because there's nothing to do. Like, I'm pretending to be busy. Like, this is a complete waste of my time. And I said, hey, I have got to make a change. I want to spend time with the most important people during the most important times of my life, which, being at home with a newborn, is a lot more important to me than sitting behind a desk. So I started my business so that I could be with my family. I got to tell you, the abundance I feel in terms of I am home every day with my pre-kindergarten kid, right? He's home every day. I'm home every day. I get to go upstairs in between calls and play games and tickle him and pick him up and help him when he's crying, right? That is abundance. I get to go shopping with my wife every week. We'll go grocery shopping together. I get to be home when the kids get home. I make dinner every night for my family and eat dinner with them. These are things that at the end of your life, you will appreciate, you will look back on, and you will say, those are the things that really mattered. And I am so grateful that I get to be home for those moments instead of behind a desk somewhere pretending to be busy. Now, there's nothing wrong. If you're in a position where you're doing that, there's nothing wrong. But what I'm trying to say is that the abundance as an entrepreneur, the freedom you experience as an entrepreneur, is something that we sometimes take for granted. We fire our boss in order to start a business, and then we become our own worst boss. We make ourselves hustle. We make ourselves work. We sacrifice the things that matter the most. And I can tell you that even when my business has not been the most financially successful endeavor of my life, I have never been happier because I can go on vacation whenever I want to. And I'm an adult and I don't have to tell anybody. I just do it, right? I can provide value to my clients in the way that I want to provide value and appreciate my life and spend time with the people that matter most to me. And I want you to appreciate that and live in that and make whatever sacrifice necessary to do that. Now, I'm not saying, do dumb things like quit your job and move across the country, even though that's exactly what I did. Is I quit my job and moved across the country, but that's not right for everybody, right? And I appreciate that my story and what I did is not right for everybody, but there is a truth in here that you cannot get away from, and that is at the end of your life, you will look back and say, "Did I spend the time with the people that mattered?" And if that answer is no, you're going to regret it. So whatever the work is, whatever the sacrifice is, to spend more time with those people that matter to you, make it. Go do it. Awesome. I see some comments here, but I moved on from the context, so I don't I don't really know. Um, you're asking me if I'm selling image consulting. Me personally, no. So I'm a business growth consultant. So I help people grow their business faster than they think possible. And the way that I do it is what we call the built to scale framework. So it's not coaching, it's a business growth framework that you can implement in your business. And what that entails is three foundational pieces that help you make sure you've got the right stuff in place. It's like a foundation of a house, right? Let's get the right foundation in place so that you've got something to grow off of. And then 6 systems in your business that just give you a framework to think about. Here's how my business can grow, and getting all that stuff in place so that your business can shoot up as big as you want to. And I would name off all the systems, but there's another video that does that. So go check those out. All right, that's what I got for you. Thanks for asking the question. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you're enjoying this, join us and you're listening to the podcast. Join us live on LinkedIn every morning at 8:30. Go check out builttoscalehq.com if you want more information about that program I just mentioned, or if you want to listen to the Built to Scale podcast. Until next time, take some fast focus, imperfect action. I believe in you. I got your back. We'll talk soon. I'm going to enjoy this rainy day and finish my workout for the day. We'll talk soon. See you guys.
Thanks for joining us. To check out all the Built to Scale episodes and to see how Craig can help you in your business, go to builttoscalehq.com.